you're busy. Your phone is still. You know what? We're never going to get this opening thing right. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Northwest Brew. Exciting? Do I say usually?
I don't think so.
Should I say exciting? Do you consider this exciting? Let us know in the comments. Right out the gate, let us know in the comments.
I don't know if exciting is a word. Probably more like amusing.
Amusing? Ridiculous?
Ridiculous, yeah.
Highly professional?
No.
No, not even remotely. Anyways, another episode of Northwest Brewmasters. I'm Jamey.
Steve.
We are two guys from the Pacific Northwest who like beer.
Had to swallow. Think you should too.
All right, so today I've got a mess over here that you can't see because camera work. It's like all the other beers, like while I like drag and share something up.
It's time to brew. That way, you didn't like it so much. After the fact, you kind of considered it loud.
I thought like iteration 1 and 3 were perfect.
He did, yeah. Jamie always like each one, but just trying to find the threshold, and I found it. So my Resurrection Ale is made with a pound of Crystal 20, a pound of British chocolate mistake,
Lord.
quarter pound of British chocolate.
Okay, now you're being. I'll catch you.
The hops is really simple. 1 ounce of Northern Brewer goes in. It's not a hoppy beer. It's not meant to be hoppy. The style is English strong ale or English old ale, depending how you want. Either way, you're correct. You call it strong ale, old ale, old with E. It tends to be a little higher than ABV, usually about 7.5, because it has 9.9 pounds of Pilsen Light malt extract in it. And that's it. Pretty simple recipe, but we're happy with it. Jamie loves it. I love it. So
It's amazing. It's such a
not
good
to
beer.
toot my horn, but everybody who's tried it says they really like it. So some people have even suggested that I try to distribute it, legally through the vines, whatever,
Totally should. I'm just saying. Not just saying. I never just say.
But I might consider in the future when I brew more than 5 gallons at a time, because if I'm going to distribute it, I'm going to need to brew at least 30, 40 gallons to try to get it out locally.
Oh, heck.
And I'd have to get a license. I'd have to figure out the legality stuff of it and see how that works. And then they'd have to be bottled. And I'd probably have to figure out how to convert it to an all grain batch. So,
Yeah, and you'd also have to get like a few more things like temperature control fermenting.
Yeah, there'd be some things to take care of if I were to ever
I mean, don't get me
brew
wrong.
professionally.
I love the whole idea of what am I thinking? The whole idea of like mystery 6-packs.
Yeah.
It's like, what will it taste like? We don't know.
Oh, it's kind of like San Miguel in the Philippines.
Oh, is
There's
it
no
really?
standardization, so each batch is a little different than the other batch.
I did not know that.
I think it's just like a lager. I think San Miguel's a lager, but it's brewed in the Philippines. It's like their staple national beer.
It's something like 90% of the beers consumed, at least on the macro level,
Yeah.
are all lagers.
Lagers, yeah.
Which is weird because I think ales are so much more interesting. I just think there's more flavor combinations.
Oh,
and
look
just-
at that. I'm at temperature, so it's
Nice.
mellow out a little bit.
We started ahead of time because my boil is 90 minutes and we want to get done before tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
What am I doing on here, Steve?
So that's Resurrection Ale in a nutshell. You can always go back and view some of the prior broadcasts where I did Resurrection Ale, where I went in a little bit more detail about it. I guess I can tell you the origin of it. First time I brewed it, it was shooting from the hip. I followed a guide. I followed some guidelines in the homebrew book that I first read, and brewed the ale. And we always do little taste tests, in between racking and stuff like that. And both of us were like, "Whoa, this is just way too sweet. Didn't come out the way I thought it was going to come out."
Yeah, between primary and
Yeah.
secondary fermentation.
So we're like, "Well, let's carbonate it, see what happens." And we did that, and it, had that first pour. We were like, "Whoa, came out really good." So it's still a tad bit on the sweet side, but you know what? That kind of became its flavor. It was a little bit sweet, not so much of a bitter type, Anyway, so we decided we called it. We said the beer was resurrected because the carbonation process actually helped it improve. And that's how it got its name, Resurrection Ale. Sometimes I go a little sacrilegious and I call it Lazarus Ale.
It hurts my soul.
Jamie's like waiting for me to get zapped.
How's life? Bad, man. My brewing partner got zotted. Anyhow, so guess what? Got lucky. We got lucky in that I actually have the recipe for the Newcastle clone.
Oh, okay.
Up somewhere. I lost it. There it is. Okay. So Newcastle clone.
All right, let me set the timer.
So also extract. I'm using dry malt extract, which is the same as liquid malt extract, just dehydrated more to a dry malt level.
To a powder.
To a powder, exactly.
It's like powdered milk.
But not exactly. So 5.5 pounds of dry malt extract. We do 6 because they come in 3-pound bags. And got 12 ounces of 55 Lovabond crystal malt, so not horribly dark. 1.5 ounces black malt, 1.5 ounces chocolate malt, which I probably ended up with chocolate malt because unless Ben remembered that we prefer British chocolate malt. It's okay, but we do prefer the British chocolate malt. 4 ounces of torrefied wheat, 1 ounce Kent Goldings at the 90-minute mark, 1 ounce at the 30-minute mark.
Oh, I just realized, I'm sorry. I forgot to say what kind of yeast I'm using. I'm using the London 3 from Whitey's. I don't know the number on that. Sorry about that.
That's right.
I just read it. I was like, oh, crap. I forgot to say something.
And I'm using 1028 London Ale. So it's pretty close. It is not exactly Newcastle, but it is very, very close. My wife is a huge Newcastle fan, and she likes it. And really, that's all that matters. Because I really did brew this one so that she would drink some of my beers. Because she doesn't like all of my beers. Some of my beers, she's like, eh. Some of them she likes a lot. She really likes the peanut butter, the peanut butter chocolate milk stout that I made.
Yeah.
She loves that one.
But that's it. Wasn't the one your dad wasn't so keen on?
Yeah, it's like,
Oh,
really?
that's hot.
We are not even 20 minutes into the broadcast and shenanigans.
I know.
That's funny.
Hot stuff, too.
Yeah, because I love my dad, but he's got issues. One of them being he doesn't like peanut butter stout, which I personally think is pretty amazing.
Yeah, maybe it was too sweet for him. I don't know.
Yeah, well, he just couldn't get over the idea of drinking peanut butter.
Oh, just the idea.
It's like
it's a beer, but
it's
peanut butter.
Yeah.
You can't mix peanut butter and beer. Peanut butter and chocolate? Yes. Peanut butter and beer? No.
But Dad, it's a peanut butter chocolate milk stout. See, we got it. This ain't yet. No, just didn't happen. He's like, nice try, Joe.
Just wasn't
Fine, more for me. That's another one that Wendy really likes. That one I nailed.
Oh, okay.
That was a clone. That was kind of a half. Well, actually, I made it. I used my Russian Imperial Stout recipe, which I like. I think that one is good. So I've used that for a lot of bases for things, like when I go off and explore in other areas. So I used that Russian Imperial Stout recipe as the base, and then I just tweaked it just a little bit, and then bought the peanut butter extract. Because, dear viewer, if you didn't know, you can't just add peanut butter into your beer.
Yeah, you're not gonna go to the jar and just kind of,
As fun as that would be, and there's a reason for that. Actually, the reason is that it won't, the oils in the peanut oil,
yeah,
it doesn't damage the beer, and I think the beer still carbonates, but like that nice frothy, 1/4 inch, or if you're English, 1/16 of an inch of head up at the top, you won't get that. You won't get it. It kills head retention, and all that foam just goes away. So that is why you can't just add peanut butter. Now, you can add peanut butter. A lot of guys will get like natural peanut butter, like Adams, all natural peanut butter, no emulsifiers, no salt. It is just mushed up peanuts, right? And then they'll take it and maybe they'll put it in a muslin sock, but it's like a 2-week process. They put this stuff in there and then they let it hang and drain all the oil. It's like, I have a hard time planning the next 6 minutes of my life, let alone 2 weeks.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah, it's much easier to go buy the extract. Freaking expensive beer, though. It's like $95 beer. I mean, for 5 gallons. For 5 gallons.
One beer, $95.
Yeah,
Better make it
really
last.
like our beer.
Yes, you're making that beer last too long.
You told me that we had to space things out. All right, we're just gonna float the keg.
That's why I got smaller glasses.
Yep.
I'm picking on.
I know. You know, we'll just
Sure.
send my kid to get beer. There. He'll have to walk.
I was gonna say, can he drive?
No,
I
but
mean, I know he's legal, but
he's 24. He can go buy his beer. He won't. Probably a line too far. Timo, go buy me beer. No, Dad, I don't like beer. Timo, why? Why are you afraid of your father? It's like, it's beer, Timmy. Come on, man. I don't
would I
know
hope
why.
if there were boobs on the bottle?
I didn't do that. It's family show. Way too early.
I didn't say it in a bad way. You know, boobs.
You know what's interesting? You can't talk about sex at all anymore.
No.
No, because think about it. If you talk about sex like dirty pornography, right? Obviously, we can't do that on here. It's like, and I wouldn't want to, right?
But we're talking about it right now.
No, we're talking in an academic
I
level.
know.
Academic level. Come on now.
No one's describing acts, you know.
Yes. But now you can't talk about sex on a biological level either because of all the controversy surrounding transgenderism and stuff. Isn't that crazy? You just can't talk about it.
It's ridiculous, man.
It's like, you know, it's actually easier to talk about pornographic sex than it is to talk about biology and things.
Sex. Apparently, biological sex isn't legitimate anymore.
I don't get it. I just found that really weird. It's like, you can't even talk about that stuff anymore. You can't talk about anything. Let's talk about the weather. Ha! The reason that's funny is because just before we went live, I was standing there and nothing. Steve's like, pretty hot out. To which my response was, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we're like, you know, we could have said nothing and it would have been just as good. Just can't stand the uncomfortable silence. Is that it?
We just gotta make some noise.
So there we are. What else is there to talk about? We're kind of scorching through topics and we're only 13 minutes in. 13 minutes in and we're running out of things to talk about. I did hear something.
Maybe we need to rethink our lives then.
Okay, let's take a minute. Okay, yeah, so I rethought it, and I'm kind of stuck. That's the problem.
Nah, no changes.
I mean, I don't have time to be one of these people that researches every controversial freak-out topic in the world and then come spew my opinions out in the fact that you throttle me back, which is good. You know, because
Excuse me.
we don't aim for controversy land here.
Yeah, I mean, this is supposed to be like family friendly, so we're not supposed to get all controversial and you know, partisan in the sense. And
Right.
we're supposed to have just fun. We're supposed to brew beer and know things and talk about them.
Right. What was that thing? Okay, so
Last time, before we got caught on our tangent, we're talking about sending your son to get beer for us.
right, which
Which you probably wouldn't do anyway.
no, Jaime would do it.
Yeah, but does he know where to go over here, does he?
Oh, he could probably get to SARS from here.
Oh, okay, but still, man.
Who knows what he'd come back with though?
It's like,
Jaime, that's.
I don't think he grabbed beer, man.
Hey, check out our shorts. We actually made a short. We feel very proud of it. If you're a beer drinker, you'll appreciate it. But that's the beer Jaime would come back with.
Right.
Or Aslan Classic Lager. Aslan. All right. We know you probably don't watch these things, but we've said it before and we'll say it again. We like you as a brewery. You make many good products. That classic lager, just throw tap water in a can and be honest.
Michelob Ultra had more character than that. I'm sorry, but
You strike five.
maybe it was a bad batch. I don't know, but that batch was. I mean, it was like one step above drinking water. So.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah.
So actually, I do have something interesting to talk about.
Okay.
So as you know, my uncle passed away.
Yeah.
Right. And that is sad. And I wasn't super close to my uncle, but I did love my uncle, and I liked my uncles. They were good when I was a kid. That we were in contact, and they were always fun to hang out with. And
Sure.
so I like my uncle.
Talk to things and
And then today, as I was driving home, I was listening to the radio, and it was story hour. There's a guy telling about this horrific experience on Mount Everest.
Mm.
He didn't necessarily have anything bad happen to him, but it was some major earthquake in Nepal when he went, right? So he climbed up the mountain. He got to base camp 1 or maybe base camp 2. I don't know how they're all set up. I have no desire to climb Mount Everest. There's nothing up there to eat or breathe.
Yeah, lack of oxygen might be a major deterrent for me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sure, I know people train for that, but you know what?
I mean, you can't ski. It's so icy and dangerous.
Right.
You can't ski down it. It's like, yeah, not my day of exhilaration. Anyways, he made it, and they got to a certain camp, and they were doing good, and him and his partner, they got in the tent. They're kind of going to bunk down for the night, and they heard a rumbling, and it's like, oh, that's an avalanche. And then they heard more rumbling. It's like, oh, is that another avalanche? And they're like, this is really weird. Well, to kind of cut the story short, some huge earthquake hit.
Oh.
And the 2 upper base camps survived because most of the avalanche up at that point was just snow.
Oh, I see.
And it somehow missed the tents and stuff, or if it did come through, they were high enough up that the avalanches weren't very big. But when it got to the base camp, it was snow and rocks and boulders and dirt.
Collected all the way up.
Yeah, and it killed like 8 people and injured 80 more. It was devastating. Now, this happened years ago, and you could probably look it up on Google, famous Nepal earthquake type deal. But this guy was telling the story. He was there. Now, he himself didn't get hurt, none of his personal friends. He was the only one there. But it was really interesting, is what he was talking about, is how he wasn't worried about dying. But what he was worried about was all of the things, all of the people in particular, who counted on him, if he did die. Wait, I might be conflating 2 stories, but no, he said that. But there was actually a different story where.
So he was concerned about disappointing people because they
I don't know about necessarily disappointing.
Well, not being able to help them or whatever he did.
Yeah, it's like, well, so like for example, our families do depend on us. I think, I mean, who's gonna brew the beer if we're not here?
Right.
With our wives that don't drink our beer. Okay, I know we do something valuable in our families. All right, I'm being an ass, but seriously, we provide things for our families, and if we're gone, then those things have to be filled somehow, And like when my wife went back to New York City to take care of her dad, and I was doing the single dad thing, that's about all you do.
Yeah.
You try and cram some free time in somewhere. It helps that I'm retired and my job is pretty flexible. My boss, that makes life a lot easier. Anyway, so death, this guy was thinking about the people that depended upon him, not so afraid for himself. And, when I heard my uncle died, that wasn't 100% the reaction, but, I wasn't so upset, but I was like, man, I gotta call my dad. He just lost his brother,
Right.
And as it turns out, my dad is dealing with it really well. I mean, now granted, my uncle was not 52. I don't know if he's 70 or not, but still, he was older, and there had been some health problems in the past. However, it was still very unexpected. I'm not saying that, but it's just older people deal with their older friends and siblings dying a little better because that's what humanity has done for all of humanity's existence. We grow old and we die. Anyways, thoughts?
I don't have any thoughts.
Okay, so.
No, I mean, I get it. I understand what you're saying.
Well, I just thought it was interesting, this concept of, I think for a lot of us, and I bet for you, I mean, I'm sure neither one of us want to die, but it's like, look, I do not have time to die right now.
I don't have time for this right now.
Talk to me in, I don't know, 10 years. 10 years, maybe we're good. Right now, nope, can't do it. Don't have time. So, I just think a lot of people feel that way. You know, especially people of faith. You know, it's a completely different.
Right.
You know, it's a completely different paradigm. The whole thing. Whether you're part of the Nirvana crowd. You know, which religion is that Buddhism and Hindus? Is Hinduism and Buddhism the same? They're different.
I don't think they're the same.
No, they're different.
Hinduism is like, I believe that's what's like in India and stuff like that. Buddhism is more like China and Orient. You know?
Yeah, and Buddhism is a lot of self enlightenment, where Hinduism has like thousands of gods.
So like I know one of the prevailing religions in Japan is Shinto, but I'm not quite sure what that means. I don't know the backstory of all that. You know.
They do the ancestor worship in Japan also.
I think so. My phone was binging.
Yeah, I heard it. Bing. You dare to have your phone on during the broadcast?
Yeah, I'm a parent and a husband.
All right, I got nothing to come back with on that one.
Sometimes things are going to take priority.
So there's relationships. There are religions that believe in the whole joining Nirvana thing, the reincarnation religions.
I didn't study any kind of religion type stuff, like in college or whatever.
But the big three: Judaism, Islam, and Christianity. They're all the afterlife religions.
Right.
At least I think so. Well, I know that there were two religious factions in the Jewish religion, the Pharisees and the Sadducees. The Pharisees believed in an afterlife, the Sadducees did not, which I find interesting.
Okay. 14 minutes remaining.
Because they were both religious groups.
Oh, I see. So I'm thinking you should probably turn your fire on when I get done sleeping.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was good with that when.
I think that's what we used to do before. I just couldn't remember. We haven't done a 90-minute boil in such a long time that I forgot what our process was, honestly.
Well, you did remember that you go first. I was going to go first, and then we both need to chill.
Yeah.
The wort chiller at the same moment. That would have been bad.
Yeah, because I think with you starting up when I get done with my steep, because you still got to steep. You got to get the temperature, then you got to steep for 30 minutes, and then you still got another 90 minutes. So you have like a 2 hour and 15, 2.5 hour process compared to my hour and a half or so, So that's why we did that.
Right.
And I was long done, when you were coming off the flame, so.
Mm-hmm. Well, it just makes it better. You can spread it away from.
Oh yeah, this keeps us from like being concerned about overcooking the beer and things like that.
You know what? We didn't tell them what we're drinking. We just said we're drinking less of it because we don't know if there's enough.
That's right. We're drinking Pale Ale. Same beer we drank last brew day. The Cascadia Pale Ale, which is one of the recipes from our brew supply guys. So I've made it a couple times over the years. It's probably the third, maybe fourth time I've made it.
It's all right. It's drinkable.
Right? I mean, I followed the recipe. I don't know if there's anything I could have done better with it as far as like preparation or whatever, but it's good.
Gets the job done. Which is hydration, right?
Right. Hydration.
Thirsty? Are ya?
Hydrating.
No, you know what it is? It's just I'm sitting here spewing deep, intelligent, conversational thoughts, and you're just sitting there saying, I see your clever plan. He actually had thoughts. He had lots of thoughts. He was full of thoughts, but he's like, nope, I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to finish my beer and make Jamey look like he doesn't know how to drink beer. You know what? I know how to drink beer. I can drink a beer. I can drink 2 beers.
You want a straw?
I will walk off this broadcast. I will just leave right now. No, I won't.
It's like, no, you want your broadcast, man.
I'm the broadcast guy. Steve's the beer guy. I'm the broadcast guy.
As you used to say when we first started brewing, you were just along for the ride for the beer. Look at you now. I've been just along for the ride for the broadcast, and I'm still here. So
yeah, here you are.
Still part of the broadcast.
It's good because otherwise I'm talking to the wall.
Yeah.
If you ever talk to like just the camera, nobody making comments, kind of like today, even though I see you. Oh, the mystery viewer left. I'm the only person. We're the only people left watching. There was a mystery viewer.
Okay.
Anyhow, but. You kind of got to respect radio hosts. Those guys that do 3-hour shows.
Oh, just talking to the ether,
Yeah, you're just talking into a microphone. There's no comments flowing up on a screen for them to interact with or nothing. They just got to talk
Sometimes
and
they
talk.
take callers, but yeah, but most of the time they're just yakking it
Yeah,
and they fit to the airwaves, you know. So
I think they do a lot more prep though.
yeah,
You know, because they have
they
a
probably
3 hour
structure their programming, you know.
3 hour show, and then they spend the other 5 hours of their work day at least. Because
Right.
I figure they work 8 hours a day. The other 5 hours are putting it together so that you can move smoothly. You know, at least an outline so they can know what to talk about.
Right.
We used to try and think about maybe doing that.
Yeah, we tried it like once. I think we were like, you know, we ended up going through all the pre-written content in like the first 10 minutes.
Yep, and then we're like, and we're done. So we might as well just be done naturally.
So we just started talking about whatever. Sometimes it's actually about the beer. Sometimes it's about controversial topics. Sometimes it's stories. Sometimes it's
We avoid the controversy as best you can.
yeah. We still discuss them sometimes academically. You know, we don't like display sides in a sense. You know, I'm sure people can read between the lines and go,
Well,
yeah, these folks are this. You know.
Oh, sure. I mean, I know it's not hard with me, but we don't flame out or just get angry or cast insults. That's one thing. You know what? Something in my other platforms where I argue a little more vehemently.
Uh-huh.
That has become a rule of mine. Is like I might do a little zinger once in a while, but I never do the insult thing.
Oh.
There are many people, they think that is, I guess, it's just their addition to the conversation. Hi, this is my take on a controversial subject, so there's my friend posts this, and I disagree with him. And so I say, this is why I think this is not right, and this is a dumb idea. And I post mine. And then someone else posts, derp. It's like,
What does that
really?
mean?
I don't know. I think it's like you're stupid. But it's easier to spell derp than you're stupid because they would probably spell it Y-O-U-R.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Y-O-U-R, like your possession,
Exactly.
And who's the airman now,
That's. I mean, there are many of I have some friends who are like perpetual political opponents, and many of their friends who I'm not friends with, because I don't collect friends. If I haven't drank a beer with you, or a cup of coffee,
right,
or bled all over an airplane with you, then and you send me a friend request, chances are I'm just going to let it float.
Right.
I've got a list of 20 right now in my Facebook that I'm just like, no.
You can decline them.
I know.
It's
just not worth it. I just leave them sit.
Yeah, I don't know what Facebook is anymore.
And some of them, sometimes.
I haven't used Facebook in years.
Sometimes it's like, do I know this guy? I don't know. I'll just let that one wait. Maybe I'll find out in a month or so. It's like, oh, I do know you. Yes. I will. But some of my friends are friend collectors. I call them friend collectors.
Right.
They have friends list.
Like 600 friends on their list.
Oh,
like, do you
closer
know
to
anybody?
1,000.
Oh wow.
And no, they don't know these people. They know
Right.
little bits and snippets. Some people are way oversharers, of course. It's like, you know a lot more about that guy than anyone should.
Right.
Especially considering how abrasive and partisan or, ideological it is. It's like, dude, you cannot be that harsh and be that public with your personal information, because there are unhinged people in the world who will do you physical harm. They will find
simply
you.
because they disagree with you.
Yeah, I mean, you don't even.
Yeah, bring it.
In today's world, you don't even have to be abrasive. You can merely post a stance nicely. It's like, I understand your position, but I just disagree with you. You can say it just like that.
And here's why I disagree.
The next thing you know, you got to rock through your windshield, and people are shooting at you. It's like, well, I just didn't agree.
Well, I better think twice because I'll shoot back.
Well, that's the nice thing about living in Washington. We still have fairly friendly second A laws, which is really weird because this is a very liberal state.
Well, yeah, this state's pretty much communist. Oh, am I crossing the line?
You are definitely dancing right on the edge, buddy.
Am I crossing the line right now?
I don't have to. No ranting. No ranting.
No. I'm just feeling aggressive. That's all.
Well, that's okay. Good deal. But it is. I mean, the the progressive side of our house, they are pushing for more and more draconian gun laws.
Right.
But I think
They already have with the ban that came out, what, was it last year or earlier this year?
which ban do they have?
The assault rifle ban. You can't, people can't buy ARs anymore in the state.
Right. In this state.
In the state, yeah. You can't go buy an AR-15, and which is dumb because it doesn't matter if it's a bolt action 30-30 or an AR-15. It's still gonna do the same damage to somebody.
Well, a semi-automatic 30-30. Well, they don't make that, but a semi-automatic 30-06, they make that.
Oh, I know. 30-06. In fact, a 30-06 is gonna hurt more than a 5.56 millimeter.
Yeah, you've gone from a 22 caliber bullet to a 30 caliber bullet.
Yeah,
there's
it's
a
gonna
lot
hurt
more lead.
a lot more.
It is going to punch holes.
And it's just like I went to Walmart one time to buy ammo for my pistol, the 40 caliber pistol I have. And so I get back there, and there's this older guy, like, came out of retirement to work because Social Security probably isn't paying him enough, kind of thing, that kind of person.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you must have been a door greeter, then now you're in sporting goods. I mean, I'm not making fun of him because it sucks, because he should be home retired, and this older guy, he's probably in his 70s or 80s, having to work at Walmart to make ends meet, I'm sure,
Yeah, continue.
Anyway, I went back there to buy ammo, and I asked, hey, can I get some 40 caliber ammo? And he's like, oh, we don't carry that anymore. Oh no, I think what it was at first was I asked for 5.56 millimeter. He's like, oh, he says we don't carry that anymore because that's for assault rifles. I'm like,
no, it's
for a rifle.
5.56.
It's for a 5.56 caliber rifle.
Yeah. Bolt action.
Stupid assault
action breach
is BS. Anyway.
Nice catch, brother.
So I was like, okay, well that's fine, I get it.
Spicy.
I was like, all right, fine. Like, oh, how about some 40 caliber full metal jacket? Blah blah. I was like, oh, we don't sell pistol ammo either. I was like, I just kind of looked at him. He looked at me kind of like, please don't yell at me, because he's just like, I'm just doing my job, and I'm like, all right. He says, yeah, as of whatever, Walmart no longer carries pistol ammo and rifle ammo because they're posturing and they're virtue signaling. And,
well, that's what it was. I mean, here's the sad thing about all those guys: Walmart, Disney, Target, Corporation XYZ.
right.
They do these things. We don't sell this. They don't care. They really don't care. They care about money.
They care about
if we do this,
if the majority of the people are anti this, and they're gonna go status quo.
Right. Of course, I think you're seeing a lot less of that because there was a myth. There was a myth that was floating around that the country was very progressive and that the conservatives only won in government because of dishonest gerrymandering of voting districts and things like that. But as I move around Facebook and Twitter and just in real life and go to other countries and talk with people and stuff, it's like,
sorry, I'm going to open the door because my cans are out there.
That's okay. Stand by for noise. And a light shift. I was going to say a light shift because there's more natural light now. In any case, but what I was saying is that the country is actually much more evenly divided in political views. At least my personal opinion is, just from talking with people.
Right.
And just from watching what laws get passed and how people react to things. I mean, Target actually responded, because Target came out, they kind of took a political stance, and they offered a lot of strange swimwear for transgender folks. And of course, there was a lot of conservatives, who were really against that, and they did the whole boycott Target thing, and it worked. And here's the deal. The only reason it worked is because Target lost enough money for them to say, oh, we actually do have a customer base that feels this way.
Right.
Point being, I don't think that companies should get involved in this stuff.
Well, I agree. I just found it really stupid and ridiculous that they weren't carrying a certain caliber bullet when, take for instance, someone has a 12 gauge tactical shotgun. You can buy 12 gauge rounds all day long at Walmart. What do you think that's gonna do to a person that breaks into your house?
Oh, they're gonna be spaghetti sauce.
And so exactly, it's like you really think by not selling a certain caliber, you're protecting anybody?
Yeah,
It's so dumb to me.
well, the thing is, it's sensational. You know, it's like anything in the media. Now, we should be careful not to reduce the horror of a mass shooting. Whether it be 4 people or 20 people.
Yeah, shootings are bad.
Right.
You know, especially unprovoked. You know, like you're not defending yourself. You know, shootings are bad. Everybody, I think every responsible gun owner would agree with that.
Is there any way to tell these glasses apart?
Which one did you grab?
Both of them?
No.
I think this one's yours. It's time!
So what I do is I make sure I grab one in one hand and one in the other hand, and I know which one is which when I go over there when we have the same glasses.
All right. So you're smarter than me. You're better than me.
That's my strategy for keeping it sober. But at this point, whatever.
I'm pretty sure the alcohol will kill it. I'm not sick.
No, I just don't think these little things like that are saving anybody from a mass shooter. What I mean from a mass shooter.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right in that it's virtue signaling. It's not genuine. Just like Pride Month, you know, regardless of one's position on that stance, those corporations doing the Pride Month thing, they don't care. It's all money.
Yeah, they just want to make money. Whoa! All those eyebrows.
On?
All right, well, your chickens will enjoy this, I'm sure.
They do. They love that stuff, man.
Oh, man, that dripped on there. Oh, well, that's fine. Some chocolate malt.
Chickens are all about that stuff.
Right. All right, let's get this stuff going. Oh, look how nice that's pouring. Keep it out in the sunlight, that really helps.
Yeah, especially on a 75-degree day.
Right? Yeah, and me bringing up assault rifle stuff, no, I don't want to go out and buy a bunch of assault rifles. It's a principal thing for viewers out there that might be confused by what I'm saying, you know.
Well, there's
Which, again, a rifle is a rifle is a rifle. Just because it's shaped a certain way or fires a certain caliber doesn't change the end result. But they seem to think of that, if it's labeled assault rifle, it's going to change. It changes the meaning of the weapon.
well, that is a very deliberate labeling.
Oh, I
I
know.
mean that is.
I'm just calling it out as ridiculous because it doesn't change the outcome. I can point a any kind of weapon at any kind of gun, whether it's an assault rifle or a hunting rifle, and it's going to kill somebody if I want to kill somebody. You know, if I want it to. Oh no, that's a 30-06. It's not going to kill anybody. But it's not an assault rifle. It's a hunting rifle. It only kills animals.
That's right.
It doesn't kill people.
Tell us how you really feel, Steve.
Just calling out the stupid duality of this shit, you know.
Nope. I agree.
Oh, sorry, I dropped an S-bomb. PG now.
I have a feeling this broadcast is going places. This broadcast is going places. Too bad we don't have any viewers.
All right.
This would be a good one to have viewers on.
All right, I'll try to restrain myself.
No.
I'm not trying to get too controversial, but it's not so much that I'm like super, like, oh, you know, trying to fight for one way or the other. I'm trying to call out the duality of it. That they claim that the people, whoever the they are, they claim all these things, but if you strip away all, you know, extract away all the dumb crap, it's like it's the same outcome in the end, no matter no matter how you dress it up, you know.
Well, right. And again, going back to pistols and assault rifles and things like that. It's going to sound like parroting of talking points, but if something is true, you should use it. It doesn't matter if everybody else is using the same true thing.
Yeah.
But if they were really interested in firearm deaths, they would be going after handguns, not assault rifles. Mass killings are horrible, sure, but what's worse? 20 people getting killed once a year in one event, or 2,000 people getting killed, but spread out over the whole year. What's worse?
Right.
And that should be a no-brainer. It's like the 2,000 people, just on the numbers basis.
Yeah.
2,000 people died.
2,000
Okay, so what caused
20?
And of course, I'm a little bit of an extreme 2A guy. It's like, if you can afford it, you can own it. That's kind of how I interpret the Second Amendment. Might draw the line at high-level nuclear weapons. Small tactical nukes, I'm okay. Actually, I think nukes should be Geneva Conventions. Nope, we don't use these anymore. That's where I'm at.
That's like chemical weapons. Problem is, people still use them.
Well,
Geneva Conventions, I think it's kind of BS, man. Yeah, it's supposed to be this agreement, but like if you're not part of the Geneva Conventions, then you don't have to abide by it,
Yep. No, you're absolutely right.
And that's why chemical weapons and stuff were used in Desert Storm, because they're not part of Geneva Conventions,
Yep, they didn't care.
They're like,
Don't
we
care.
didn't sign that document,
Yeah. I guess one difference there is a good reason to allow since the nuclear genie is out of the bottle, it's worth it to let the good guys, and I'll just go ahead and call us the good guys. We're the good guys. It's worth it to let the good guys have them, because the bad guys do have them, right? And with the chemical weapon, so they fire a rocket filled with mustard gas, and 100,000 people die, and it's a real horrific thing. But if they fire a nuclear bomb, they win the war. And if you have nothing to fight back, if the mutually assured destruction isn't a thing, they know they will win, they will fire it.
Right.
I mean, particularly, I don't know about Putin, but I'll tell you someone who absolutely would have is Stalin. If Stalin didn't know that his country and himself would be wiped out off the face of the planet if he fired his nukes, if he knew that America had nothing, he would have roasted us.
Right, no, I got you.
That man was evil. So it's like that's the one thing, the whole mutually assured destruction. But really, man, we need to get rid of them. They're not a good thing. And that goes back to my whole thing that war should be expensive. War should be horrible. War should have the cost of human life. We've had that discussion.
Right.
It seems terrible. It's like, no, you don't need to make drones and bots. Because the problem is when it's all drones and robots, they're beating the hell out of each other, since we've already gone into PG-13 land. And meanwhile...
we were just in PG.
Oh.
We weren't in PG-13.
Okay.
We are now, but...
Well, I've definitely heard the word hell in a G movie, so I don't think I've moved the needle.
Okay.
I swear. A cartoon. I know it was a cartoon. It's like, this is marketed to children. So, in any case, war should be expensive. Because if it's all machines beating each other up, number one, you're hurting the planet, right? And while I'm not an eco-terrorist by any means, at the same time, I don't want a whole bunch of nuclear radiation floating around the world.
Why damage our home,
Oh! Caleb!
Oh, yeah!
Scotland, Ireland.
Scotland!
Welcome! Good to see ya! So,
how's it going? Welcome back.
we're talking about very American-centric things today, to be honest.
Yeah, we're getting kind of political this time.
Yeah.
A little controversial.
Second Amendment.
I'm not sure how long you've been listening, but yeah. Anyway.
However, mutual assured destruction is something that's there.
Right.
That's anyone can appreciate that. But with robots fighting wars, then it's like you've got all this damage going on. Civilians are going to get caught. They're just going to walk into the wrong place.
They'll be collateral. Yeah.
And a robot doesn't care. It'll wipe out a school. It's like they can't program that algorithm in, especially if you have a war machine, because one of a war machine's protocols is going to be defend itself.
Right.
And if it just does the math and says I have to do this to keep myself operational, it's going to wipe things out. Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
So, anyways, the brews are going fine, man. Today, Steve's making a Resurrection Ale, which is actually we're both making kind of British type stuff. I'm making a Newcastle brown ale and a strong ale. So we're using British yeast. So yeah,
British yeast, British chocolate malt.
off to the other side of the pond with us.
Woo! Puff. Yeah, I think maybe when it gets colder, or just in time for it'll go in the keg when it's cold in this region again. Might be time to make that wee heavy like I made it before, but not as strong though.
Did you think it was too strong? It
It was 10.42%
Yeah,
alcohol.
that's
Which I mean, you couldn't taste the alcohol, so it had a good flavor, but boy, did it mess me up.
Yeah, it's like one beer. It's like okay, I'm done.
I mean, I remember one night after I don't know, it was after a brew day or whatever. I was working on that keg. What is that wine? Fire?
It's your burner.
Oh, I was working on that, drinking out of that keg, and probably stayed up to about 3 or 4 in the morning, and I was just schnockered, man. It's like, whoa, it's gonna be a headache tomorrow, All right. Now it's time to get the boil ready.
So, how is life on your side of the pond, my friend?
All right. I'm gonna go rinse my hands. They're all sticky.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna rinse the ladle. This web. You talk to our Scottish friend, and I'll be right back.
Yeah, I forget. All right, can you spell out your name phonetically? Is it Kylem or Calem or Kalem? It's just real unique, and I know we probably asked you before, and I'm not gonna lie, I'll probably ask you again. Where are the emphases and how, my brain says Kalem. Kalem. That's what my brain says. Just guessing. Unless you're Japanese, in which case I would call you Kaelem. But that's not a very Japanese name. I'll wait. And while I'm waiting, we'll talk about something Steve said. He was expressing actually sympathy for an older gentleman in Walmart. Big department store, kind of like what is it? Tessara? Not Tesoro. But you have them there in the UK. I'm trying to think of what they are. I went to one when I went to England and bought beer. It was good.
So we're gonna have to give up food.
How much did he get?
You got like a small and a medium, and then some dessert things, and it's already all gone, dude.
That was $75.
I don't think he went the whole $75. So
Yeah.
Brandy's just gonna go get some more stuff. So, I think there was some confusion there, man. Because I didn't even know it was here. And
Neither did I.
Walked in to wash my hands, and there was 2 empty pizza boxes on the counter, a small something, and then like a medium or something else.
I'm gonna chew his ass anyways.
And it's just like,
Not because I'm really upset with him, because he was being nice. It's just a guy boneheaded, dude. Freaking 8 people, and you bought this. It's like
yeah.
kids, freaking kids. Oh man. No, man.
All right. Anyway,
What we should do is make him burn the rest of that stupid gift card. I mean, that's a dumb way, anyways. I do not like gift cards. I don't like them. It's like I got you $100 gift card. Great. The thing I want is $93.50. So now I got $6.50. What the heck am I supposed to do with that?
what am I supposed to
Buy
do?
another gift card. No, I'm not falling into that trap. No, sir.
Right. Well, you know, I had a hot tank heater already.
You already had them? Just left over?
Left over from last time. So.
It's kind of amusing, actually.
Yeah. Got some mountain clips color option as well. Didn't know why we were using this before.
So, talking about your Walmart greeter, whose pension, Social Security pension, isn't enough to keep him going.
I don't know if that was the actual case.
I know.
You know,
No, I know
silly. Yeah.
that's. I mean, hypothetically, maybe
Right.
it's just maybe he just wanted something to do. There are people
Right.
out there. They take kind of meaningless jobs just because like it
Maybe
gives
he's bored.
their life a structure. It's like
Right.
I have to get up, I have to go to my job. You know.
Right.
All right. And it's Jamey alone again. What I was going to talk about was more in the hypothetical, philosophical sense. This idea of when you're young, taking care of yourself. I'm not talking physically or health-wise, but just taking the proper steps to prepare for the future when you're old. And you can't lift 50-pound hay bales and sacks of grain, and you can't do a lot of physical work, and you can't move as fast, and it's time to slow down. You know, in the United States, we have something called Social Security, which is a government pension program, basically. So the government, through our taxes, takes a portion of our taxes and then invests it for us, so to speak. Of course, you don't get a true return on the investment. What you get is a predetermined amount determined by the government, how much money you get.
Did he ask a question about that?
No, I'm just explaining it because we're talking about things that are very, very, very American, you know. So not everybody loves it. I mean, for one thing, you don't necessarily get all your money back. You know, if you invest, like say $50,000 into it over the course of your working life, and then you only get $10,000 back because you die, it's like that's it. It doesn't go to your kids, doesn't go to your wife or anything. Although actually, wives can collect Social Security and husbands. I think you can collect your spouse's Social Security. I think I'd have to look it up. It's not been something I've really been concerned with because I'm not even close to being able to do that.
All right. Look, a hot break.
Oh, really? Oh, man. Hey, we got to go to PotCam because
Just a little bit of activity in there. It's kind of foamy now, so it's going to cover some of that up.
see if you can move it a little bit and see the little wormies. I love the little wormies. It's the best part.
Yeah, I can't tell, man.
Well, that's because that's that screen. Maybe we could tell on a better screen. Welcome to PotCam. And everything's backwards and upside down. I don't have much more room to move before the cord just kinda. Maybe they can see the wormies.
I don't know. No, there are not worms in our beer.
Yep, you can see the stuff in there.
Okay, cool.
That's cool. No, it's just the various proteins and stuff precipitating out. Oh. And really hot.
Yeah, it's really going.
I actually managed to nail my temp. As in, like, I didn't go shooting off into 190 degrees or anything. And begin.
Well, good job.
Thank you. No, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not good at this. You're good at this. And that's why I always brew with you.
Because I stay focused on it.
Focus. Whatever. Whatevs. Whatevs.
You're more focused on the camera. I'm more focused on the beer.
I love the camera. It's my friend. Even if it makes me look chubby. Very cruel how the camera does that to us. Makes us look all middle-aged and out of weight. I mean, we're actually both 25 and built like Adonis. You know.
Yeah, in your bra.
This is the weirdest broadcast we've done yet.
Well, I'm not sure if Caleb's talking. I can't tell. I don't think he said anything else to us.
No, he hasn't really. He's still there.
Oh, no, he's just Caleb. I said, I think I said your name wrong. I think he said Caleb. Sorry about that, Caleb.
Yes.
No, he hasn't said anything else. Since he asked about how the brew's going.
You know, that was the other thing I was going to talk about, just briefly. The whole concept of us being background noise. You know what? Totally good with that. Log in, put us on the kitchen counter, make dinner, whatever. We're just kind of keeping you from going back crazy in your house in the silence. That's fine. You don't have to respond. We like it when you do, but you don't have to.
It's getting close to the boil.
Good. Don't go anywhere because we know you're pedaling.
No, I'm good at the initial boil. It's when doors open during the wintertime and all of a sudden the temperature changes, and so I adjust for it, and then it boils over. Because
So funny.
the door goes back down and it gets warmer in here, and then it's too hot now. The boil's too, there's too much flame.
Yeah. Such trials. You know, if we weren't so darn pragmatic, we'd just like go all in, totally gamble the safety of our children and our house mortgages and everything on just being influencers.
Influencers, huh?
Ah, there's a little derision in that term. Oh, I heard another radio. You know, the radio is good for topics. And they were talking particularly what they were talking about was Twitter and Elon Musk.
Okay.
Because
Twitter and Elon Musk.
yeah, well, so Musk really upended Twitter. This is common knowledge. I mean,
Right.
he just tipped it right over on its head. But he's doing some things that I think people who are unable to think outside the box don't understand. So the interview was with a social media influencer. I don't know who she was because I came in halfway through the interview.
Uh-huh.
But they were talking about how it's very difficult to monetize on Twitter, right? The great monetize word. You know, the same thing that we'll probably never do on this channel.
Why would you want to hang on to it? It's just going to stink.
Because I wanted to get back to what I was talking about. But, you know, monetizing is the big thing for people that really do this aggressively, right?
Right.
That's what they're going for. Which on YouTube is even harder these days. It is like 10 million views or something. It's just ridiculous.
Oh, wow. That's a lot.
Yeah.
I thought it was like 10,000 views. I guess it's changed over the years.
Yeah, it has increased. I mean, and they do.
We get like 12 sometimes.
And we're happy.
Yeah.
We got 100 on our short.
That's right.
But most of those views were only half the video. But in any case, she was talking about, so Musk has made it difficult to monetize on Twitter. And he has this new thing called a subscription where you can subscribe to Twitter channels and you have to pay money to do it.
Is that where you get the little blue check mark or whatever that stupid thing is?
The blue check mark, the verified real user, I'm a real human being thing,
Mm-hmm.
that is also something that you pay for now.
Right. I knew that. That's what I thought you might have been talking about.
Nope, they are two separate programs.
Okay.
And then, of course, there's ad revenue and things like that. But I think one of the things that Musk recognized was that the whole ad revenue thing just wasn't doing it for
Mm-hmm.
keeping Twitter itself alive. He's like, and it didn't help that everything is incredibly partisan these days, and so he came in and there's probably quite a few advertisers that bailed. They're like, we don't like what's happening to Twitter. We're not going to advertise on them anymore. So anyhow, she was talking about this. And the other girl was just, she revealed that she was very biased towards social media influencer. She's like, no, influencers aren't going away, yada, yada, yada. And it's like, maybe they are. I was like, for one thing, there have been enough like false starts with influencers, things leaking out. It's like, look at me just chilling in Paris. And then somebody else is like, look at her just chilling in front of a green screen, and suddenly you don't trust any of them.
They lose credibility,
Yeah. And the other thing is, it's so fickle. Everybody's trying to be an influencer. Oh, we want to influence, this is how I'm going to make millions of dollars. It's like, so you got this like Mr. Beast guy. Everybody's going to be like, oh, I'm going to be like Mr. Beast. First of all, I don't understand. I have watched one Mr. Beast episode, never again. It was the most idiotic, uninteresting piece of film footage I have ever seen.
You know why? Because you aren't the audience. You're not the
I
target.
am not the audience. You're right. But that doesn't change.
Right. No, I get it.
Statement.
I get it. My daughter had watched a couple one time. I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah, it wasn't even like there were funny jokes or gotchas or a point.
It's all clickbait, man.
Yeah, it was just like, drivel falling out of his mouth type stuff. It's like, this is not even interesting. And that was the thing. It's not even interesting. It's just like
interesting to somebody because he's got millions of views on videos, on certain videos, like 182 million views on one video.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody likes it.
I know, you're right. But in the story, the emperor had a very nice set of clothes that nobody could see.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm not saying it's legit. I'm just like, enough people drink his Kool-Aid that they watch it and he gets these views.
By the way, this is never going to boil because not only are we watching it, but YouTube is watching
YouTube
your
is watching
pot.
as well.
Watch pot never boils.
Our one viewer is watching it.
He's a good guy, though. I'm happy he's here. It makes me feel better.
Yeah, repeat viewer a couple times now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. 3, actually.
Come on, Wart, start boiling so I can put my hops in there. And
that's right, man. That's how much we value you. We not only know who you are, within reason, as much as you can know, a viewer, but we know how many times you've watched our videos. And also kind of is a statement on how many people watch our videos. You know who's not here?
Nathan.
What the heck, man? It's probably too hot.
Yeah.
All the power lines melted in Florida.
It's trying.
It is.
Of course, I keep messing with it, so that's probably not helping it. But yeah, watching it. I don't know.
Of course, in your case, the moment you take your eyes off it,
it's gonna boil over. Yeah. Like,
no,
not this again.
Oh man, you know what? I forgot, aka lost.
What's that?
I misplaced my little pocket knife. I'm really bummed about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I haven't found it since.
No.
I really like that pocket knife. I have a Leatherman tool that I meant to bring over.
Oh.
I have 2 Leatherman actually. I
found
found them
I
both.
go get a knife. You need a knife?
I
have knives.
I might.
I have pocket knives and stuff I can bring out. So
Yeah. Might need to. But yeah, still haven't found it. Bummer. I like it. But Leatherman will replace
I'm going
it.
to say it's probably in your studio.
Well, it's one of two places. It's either at my job, sitting on a shelf next to a set of brake pads or something, or it's, like you said, in my studio somewhere where I used it to do something.
Yeah, well, I'm saying in your studio because that was the last place you found it when you lost it. It was like on the music stand or something.
Yeah, I remember that. Like, oh, look, it's
There
right
you
there. After I sent you like 3 text messages. Are you sure it's not at your house? Dude, I've looked. It's not at my house. It's
It's not here.
not here, man. So I was gonna talk. I never finished my thought about Social Security because you were like, it's kind of sad that. Let's pretend that he did have to work, right? He's not working just because he wants to or to give himself structure or whatever. He has to. It's like part of that is kind of your own fault. At least in the States. Because, I mean, I know a person who has worked a lot and they've actually made a good living, but it's all under the table. So not a dime went to Social Security. So when this person hits Social Security age, they're going to get like $600 a month.
Mm-hmm.
I saw my statement, and when I hit Social Security age, I'll be doing all right. I can survive off of it.
I gotta look at my statement. I don't know what I'm expected to make right now.
You'll be doing all right.
Yeah.
Because you worked as long as I did.
Oh yeah, I mean, and still working.
Yes,
So
still working.
I'm still paying into Social Security.
Still putting into the system.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind working for another 10, 20 years. Well, maybe not 20 years, but 10 to 15 years. Preferably 10 years.
I want to go back to retired.
I'd like to say, yeah, I'd like to quit working in 10 years, but I don't know if I'll be able to do that though. So this depends on what smart decisions I can make.
Well, if you can kill your mortgage, that's huge.
Yeah, I've been paying extra on it.
Have you?
I mean, not enough to show anything yet, but I've been paying on the principal.
I really want to knock out the mortgage on our small house that we own. But every time I do, something comes up. It's like, all right, we're gonna do this. Oh no, we're not. We're gonna replace this fence.
Right.
$4,000. Like, okay, well, what are you doing now? Now we're paying extra on a credit card.
Yeah.
It goes on the credit card first, and then you burn it off. So
if I could get rid of my mortgage, that'd be great because that's the only debt I have is that. I mean, I have a small balance on a credit card, but not what I consider being in debt. You know what I mean?
Like sub 1,000.
Yeah, it's just like
that's.
I'm not worried about that. The mortgage though, yeah, I'd love to not have a mortgage payment. Just put enough money away each month towards escrow for the end of the year for
taxes and insurance.
Taxes, and that's it, man. Pay my taxes and insurance. I'd probably just pay the insurance for the whole year, kind of thing. If I could do that. And my military retirement would probably easily cover cost of living.
Mm-hmm.
Not having a mortgage,
Without a mortgage, you'd be fine. Yeah, and that is something that periodically goes up every year.
Yeah.
And again, we're talking very American specific, and our one viewer is from Scotland.
I know, right? He's probably like, lads, come on, man. I can't relate to any of this,
Not a single thing. Let's talk about sweet metal then.
Sweet metal?
Sweet
As
metal.
opposed to bitter metal? Or
Well, I'm sure there's bitter metal. I mean, there's so many cores and
Salty
things out
metal.
there. I'm sure there's salt core metal and salty grind core metal and
salty watermelon core. What?
beer core. Well, that's
ours. Beer
Yeah,
core.
we started that.
That's our invention. Beer
Yes,
core.
beer
Beer core metal is ours.
It's awesome.
So
let's go back to regular cam.
all right.
So we're excited. What's weird is the buttons are working today.
Yeah, imagine that.
They didn't work last time.
I know. You're having trouble
It's
with
like
it.
I had to go back over into OBS to get the buttons to work. But this time, and look, now you can see pot cam.
Hey, it's trying. I've said that 4 times now, but now it's kind of like shimmering, like there's a creature under there,
Yes, like the beer nest monster.
The beerness. Caleb, I'm sorry if that was
We're sorry
if that was very distasteful.
Actually, more along the lines, we're sorry if you're offended by that.
He's probably laughing, like shaking his head, like you sons of bitches, you know.
Stupid Yanks. I don't know. Do Scots call Americans Yanks?
I don't know.
I think the English call Americans Yanks. I'm asking the camera. I'm looking at the
You were
camera.
looking at me when you asked that question.
No, I glanced over at you. I can't. I want everyone to be included. I'm an inclusive guy. Everyone. I need you all to feel loved. So,
Right.
directly at the camera. What do you guys call us? Oh, there we go.
And I have boil.
And we go back to pot cam. Da-da-da! We're boiling! Hooray!
I'm trying to keep it under control. Nice even boil. Not all crazy like.
That's going for crazy. You're
Yeah.
going for crazy.
I'm slowing down.
Calm, calm, calm. Calmate, tranquila, tranquila, tranquila.
That's still a little almost volcanic.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's I have just adopted I get my boil under control before I put my hops in. 100%.
I think my boil is good now. I mean, it's still a little aggressive, but I'm going to go ahead and put my hops in.
We could open and close the garage door a few times and see what happens. You missed the dirty look because you're looking at pot cam. There was a dirty look. See, look at that. Now it's escaping. Here.
It'll be fine. I gotcha. Okay. Gotta get that back down in there. There we go. Get down there, hops. That was one pack of hops. It really expanded, man.
Well, yeah, they're all dried and compressed.
Get in there. Maybe I'll just go back to pitching my hops in the conventional way, man.
You know, you've waffled on that. There is no doubt that reduces the amount of sludge that is in there at the end of
It
it
is,
all.
yeah, because I've been able to do a
There's
single
no doubt on
pour
that.
into the carboy.
Yeah.
Okay, so just so you know, there's 4 gallons of water in there. The 5th one is on the counter, and that's the top off water, not the chill water.
Got this.
Just want to get that out there real quick.
You know, guys.
Oh, I'm going to patronize.
Oh, yes.
There are 4 gallons of water in there.
4 gallons of patronization just for you.
Just for you. No, it's all fun. Wow.
I think we actually are background noise for Caleb, whatever he's
Probably.
doing.
Yeah, that's right.
Like Jade puts us on while she's gaming.
That's funny.
It's like, okay. I mean, I don't know how that. Maybe it's not online gaming. Maybe she's doing some other sort of gaming.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, maybe she's playing solitaire with cards.
Possible. People usually don't call that gaming, though.
No.
Usually gaming.
She's probably
is-
playing a video game.
Yeah.
I would imagine she's playing a video game. I doubt she's playing like a tabletop game with other people because we would be a distraction, you know?
Yeah, we would be a horrible distraction. It's like I attempt to put the hops in the beer. You're in the middle of a battle. That's not it. That's not an action move. That's not a decision, or not a bonus. It's like, put the hops in the beer. Oh, sorry, I was listening to the guys. Totally threw
There
it.
we go. Oh, get in there. Get in there.
We were talking about something interesting right before you got to boil, and now I've forgotten what it was. That's too bad.
I don't know. That's all right, though. It'll come back to us eventually.
It'll come back. Big round. Oh, you're not done. Okay, I'll just sit back down then.
We'll get the beer if you want, man.
No.
We'll see how keg of holding this one is.
1 for 1.
Oh,
You set your timer yet?
it was set, but where's it going?
Didn't fire it
So
up.
I'm going to reduce it by about 5 minutes.
Sounds fair.
Yep. Got too distracted trying to get the hops to settle down. There you go. That's nice. Nice.
It is pretty good.
That's a nice roller. Textbook boil.
Textbook boil. Everything's moving the way it should. Round and around.
The good news is I don't have to worry about any more hops until the last 10 minutes, and it's only half an ounce, so it shouldn't hurt anything. As far as it shouldn't make it boil over.
I have got 9 minutes and 30 seconds left on my steep.
I'm gonna rotate my carboy.
All right, bring a knife.
Bring a knife.
Bring a knife.
What kind of pizza you want?
Whatever.
I'm getting Merce.
Good.
Because I got some coupons. I'm getting a barbecue chicken if they have it. He's getting a jalapeno chicken. If you want anything in particular, I can get a cowboy.
Yeah, get that.
Okay.
And just get a cowboy. Don't make it special. Just get a cowboy.
Okay.
Do you have cheese?
I have some.
Yeah, so we'll add the cheese here. Because there's
Okay.
never enough cheese.
Okay.
Yep, we're ordering pizza. Again, most professional broadcast this side of the Columbia River. So in other news, in case anyone out there has gotten to this point in the video and is still listening, we are making more strides through our albums. We've got one song that is 95% done. Someone, Steve, needs to get the vocals done with me. And once we do that, mix, and that one's done. We got a really solid, heavy rhythm guitar track for Steve's metal tune. That one is done. I'm probably going to do the vocals sometime this week, and then we'll add the drums. Steve will get the bass guitar, and then the solo part. All of that should come together pretty quickly, and so that'll be 2. And then we've got 3 more songs where the rhythm guitar part and the lyrics and all the melodies and stuff, those are all done. We just need to pretty much record them. That's it. And once we get all that stuff done, then mix it all together and then kind of kick it over and do a light master, get all the levels the same on all 5 songs. And then we might be able to start opening the episodes with like one of the songs off the Beer album, which has no name other than the Beer album. That's as far as we've gotten with it. The Beer album. So that's coming up. Pretty excited about that. Had a lot of fun playing studio engineer because we got the main part of Steve's rhythm track done, and then he came back and he had to do a different part, and we had to do some cutting and some pasting and some moving things around. Felt good about the way it all came out. It comes out sounding like one guitar track. And yes, your favorite artists do this too. They don't just go in and play it perfectly live. They play pieces and parts, and the studio engineers glue them together to make it sound like absolute perfection. Dirty secrets of the music industry. But pretty excited about that. And I know we've been talking about this, but this stuff takes a lot of work. And since this is all just hobby level, we have like 9,000 other responsibilities that are not hobby level, they're responsibility level. It takes time to do. But trust us, it's coming. It is coming. Soon we will get it. Soon being 6 months, 8 months, somewhere in there. Nothing else really exciting going on in our personal lives because we don't like to get too personal here. Back down to 1 viewer. All right, fair enough, fair enough. Good of you to drop in, Caleb. We will see you next time, hopefully. Drop in, say hi, go do something else. Got the brew. 5 minutes and 20 seconds left. 5 minutes and 20 seconds left. Steve is supposed to be bringing a knife for me to open up these bags of sugar. I might have to use my teeth. It's okay. Because it's not like table sugar sweet, but it wouldn't taste horrible. Breeze Pilsen Light Dried Malt Extract, 2.0 Lovabond. So even this colors it. Ingredients: malted barley and water. And most of the water has been dried back out of it. So it's just malted barley. Let's go ahead and go back over to pot can. You can watch Steve's pot boil and bubble. Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble, as the ladies in Macbeth have been quoted as saying. You can't see it, but right next to it, I'm mixing mine. Got about 3 minutes and 46 seconds left. Then we're gonna have to start the things. You know what? A, since nobody's watching, and B, since I gotta do things, I'm gonna take a minute and go ahead and transfer some sanitization water over to our wort chiller and get some things ready. So just watch the pot.
Okay. Oh, is the camera still going?
Yep, it's watching your pot. So somebody's watching your pot.
Somebody's watching the pod. All right. Had to take care of business.
And then had to have a discussion with the wife there.
So she is gonna go grab some more food, and then she's gonna stop also and get some more beer for us. Because I asked her if she wouldn't mind stopping because I just don't know how much beer we have left.
Mm-hmm.
Because that pale keg is like pinky lift, you know. So
Yeah.
then again, the other day it was pinky lift. We had like what 4 more pints out of it one time. The previous keg.
Yeah,
But I'd rather have too much beer than not enough.
I agree with
And
you.
if Caleb is still listening, I bet he would agree.
He's not.
Oh, he's gone. Oh.
He had to leave.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if he had to, but he did.
But he did. Well, it's pretty late or early, depending on how you want to look at it over in Scotland. So I
Yeah,
mean, it's Monday morning there, like probably like 3 or 4 in the morning.
8 hours. At 8. So where are we at?
That's a lot of foam, dude.
It is.
I mean, wow.
But there's water underneath that foam. Oh.
They haven't realized what I did.
What's so funny?
I decorated her back window. 'Cause it's so dirty.
Oh. What?
I'll get it.
Sit down.
I'm messing with you. Come on, phone. What are you doing?
I do the same thing at work.
Yeah.
I
you leave just let it go and go.
just
and
let
go.
the little credit card machine beep and beep and beep. Stop it! It's like, oh, stop whining. It's a sound, man. It's not like someone's stabbing you in the back.
Whoa, it's not that nice.
Did you get the knife?
Yes.
Of course you did.
Charlie got the knife.
So the nice thing,
All right, here you go.
or the amusing thing,
Open it with your right hand.
my right hand.
Or that way.
Can I do it that way?
You thug you.
Welcome to Thug Life Brewers.
Thug Life Brewing.
Thug Life chose us. All right, 3 pounds going in.
That's a lot of dry malt.
It is, and I don't know why the recipe calls for dry malt, but it does.
How many of those are going in there? Just that
Two.
one? Two? Okay.
6 pounds.
6 pounds.
I mean, the original recipe calls for 5.5. You know, but
Right.
It's
Why
an art.
buy? You would have had to have bought a 3 pounder and then like, 2 1-pounders. I think.
and then another
they,
1
I
pounder.
think they still have pounders in it. I'm not
Oh, do
sure.
they?
I'm not certain. I can't remember. You got marshmallows floating in your.
Yeah, but this stuff dissolves completely. It's not like
Yeah.
flour that clumps up and
Right.
makes little lumpy dumplings that nobody likes.
Have your beer. I'm gonna help you out.
Oh, thank you.
So, Jamey beer, Steve beer,
I did that, but I think what happened is I got to there.
and like reverse it or something.
Yes, and then I put one down. I was like, oh, darn.
Oh no. It's all right, man.
I'm not sick, really. So, and I think you're not sick. And even if you are, I'm immune to like 99.44% of all viruses on the planet. Pretty sure I beat Ebola once.
I'm not sick. Yeah, I fought off HIV, so I'm good.
Yeah. Boy, that was a rough patch.
I'm not sure it was gonna happen for a while. Made it through.
All right.
Nope. Ever since I went IA, they pumped me up with so much stuff before I went overseas. Like, even if I do catch like a little something, it's gone pretty quick, and it takes a lot for me to get sick, man.
Yeah.
And it doesn't bring me down, like some people, they get sick and they're just like, it's the end of the world,
I
just
think
feel like crap for a while and I power through it,
I think some people just want to do that.
Yeah, I think so too. They just, for some reason, they enjoy pain, being in pain, or having.
Well, they
or having
enjoy the
a
act.
reason,
I don't think they're actually in pain. I think they're just pretending. Or they're just incredibly, they're experiencing the same problems that you and I experience. It's just that we deal with it better. It's
Deal
like,
with it
yeah,
differently, yeah.
it's the sniffles. I got a headache. I got a backache because I'm coughing so much, and that's it.
I attribute that to 20 years in the military. You learn to deal with crap,
Was part of it, and certain people, my sister said this about me once.
I don't
She's
know about
like,
today's military, though.
yeah, at least the United States military.
Right.
But my sister once mentioned she's like, we were talking about something, and I was like, well, I don't know why that bothers people. And she's like, you have a remarkably high tolerance for discomfort. That's what she said to me. And she used that exact word.
Makes
She's
sense.
like, you have a remarkably high tolerance for discomfort. And she mentioned a couple of her husband's friends There's one guy, and she's like, he's the same way. Everybody in the house is just freezing, and they'll ask him, "Is it cold?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm cold," but that's it.
But it's not like I'm cold, but I'm just dealing with it, you know.
It's like, doesn't that hurt? Yeah, it hurts. It's like, and so what? It hurts. That's it. Damage register minimal. Keep
Right.
going.
Keep going. Yeah,
We will
exactly.
recover from this.
I have 39 minutes and counting.
Well, I'm glad that I put the. Oh,
What is this?
oh, of course my flame went out. I've just been pumping propane into the air. Wonderful.
Oh.
Can I have the flame gun? Yeah. Burn. Okay.
Whoa. Whoa there, Nelly. And that. Oh. What is it? Oh, I don't even have a full teaspoon there. And that is the end of my Irish moss.
Watch your boil. I mean, it's not crazy. I wouldn't touch it necessarily. Just like take a look at it though.
A little on the aggressive side.
Well, this stuff is gonna
Whoa.
be foamy as all get out
Oh yeah.
because,
Because that's what you do. You foam it, dude.
well, because it's dry malt extract. And for some reason, the dry malt is a lot foamier than the.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of weird.
We really need a soundtrack for this portion of the video. All right, so you do the wiggy wiggies. All right, wiggy 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 wiggies. Try and do them in rhythm. Let me start. Wiggle wiggle wiggle. Oh, let's do the drop. Wow, 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 wow. I can do techno
Yeah.
or EDM or whatever that is. Probably not trance. Boil, mighty wart, boil. And of course, Steve's little canister escaped his spoon. 32.
32.
This is a little low. Easy enough to fix, though.
This is taking a minute.
Yeah. Quite frothy.
Very frothy.
Quite the froth, man.
There's a lot of goodness in that froth.
Froth tends to clear up anyway once it starts boiling.
Well, especially it really goes away when you add the hops.
Yeah.
Because all the hops oils, if you happen to be insane enough to watch all the way to this point through the boring boiling
Watch
pots.
boiling stuff.
Yes. If you happen to be one of those people, though, you may have recalled that we were talking about peanut oil in beer not so long ago, like an hour ago. In any case, the hop oils do the same thing with this foam here. They just knock it down. Like
Right.
yours was much foamier.
Yeah.
You don't have foam now. You have scum.
I have hop scum.
Hop scum. But we like hop scum. Although we do kind of strain it out. We don't want it in the beer at the end.
It used to go in the beer. Now it gets strained, yeah.
It's
Because
because
when we first started, we didn't strain anything. We first started, we just, you know,
yeah, and it was everything was messy.
it was like 4 inches of crap at the
It's
bottom.
like you lost half a gallon of volume just by not. Now we strain. Next thing will be cold filtering. Then we'll be inviting
Amazing beer.
printing the faces of controversial figures on our cans. Kill me. Our market share will drop, which is bad because it's at 0 right now.
We have a negative market share. In fact, we owe the industry beer.
But they won't take ours.
I don't know how expensive it would be to brew it, not at the macro level, but brew it at a regional level, you know.
Like a craft beer level?
Yeah, like, you know, like take for instance Flyers. They have those beer vats. I don't know how much that makes. It's probably 100 gallons. What do you think, man? I don't know.
I don't know. Are you talking about initial outlay for equipment, or are you talking about
Everything, equipment, a
talking about
license,
supplies and things like that?
well, initial investment kind of thing to have a license to distribute, a license to brew beyond 5-gallon batch, you know.
In the freaking state of Washington?
But they have the equipment to brew enough beer that you can distribute at least, you know, regionally. So
Probably costs about $1 million for the equipment. I would say, I'd say easy $1 million for all that. That's just a number right out of the air, but it's got to be at least coming in at that close. I mean, that's a lot of copper and precision gauging and
Right.
stuff and tubing, and it's all metal. heat sources, sanitization. It's probably that. Probably another like 15 million for all the licenses because we live in
Okay, now you're
Washington.
really exaggerating.
No, I'm
I don't
being
think
bitter
it's
against
that much.
Washington.
I don't think the gear would cost $1 million. I think it'd be 5-digit costs, high 5 digits.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't necessarily doubt you. I don't know. No, I'm just slamming on the fact that Washington is so mean to its businesses. It is a marvel that Boeing hasn't said see ya.
Yeah.
In fact, Boeing did. Boeing did send a lot of its stuff out. So I'm sorry, because Washington State crawled on its knees to Boeing and said, "We'll give you this special tax break. We'll give you this special tax break. Please don't leave." And Boeing's like, okay, we'll stay. And then the World Trade Organization came in and said, "No, you can't do that. That's not fair. It's illegal." And so Washington said, "Okay, well, we can't do that anymore." And Boeing said, "Well, then we can't stay here." You know,
Yeah.
and that's just like when Amazon was made up HQ2. It's because Washington is not really a business-friendly state. They have illegal taxes here. Business and organization tax is actually an illegal tax. But if they actually struck it down, it would destroy the state's budget. And so they leave it in there. But it's an illegal tax.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. No. This is probably not a state that I would choose to do business in. Like if I were to open a business type
Right,
deal.
like entrepreneur kind of thing.
Yeah. It's like, nah, man. Go to someplace like North Dakota.
Sure.
They are very business friendly, actually. Delaware. You ever notice how many credit card companies come out of Delaware?
It's just a small state, too.
It is. Shoot, all you need is a closet to run a credit card company.
Oh, look, bubbles. Lots of bubbles.
Tiny bubbles. So church was fun today. Like I said, usually there's 4 people during the opening services. And today there was only 2. So I did a lot.
Okay.
Lots of singing. And I felt good about that. It was fun. I like singing.
Like, I did lots of singing. Lots of singing.
And it was all proper, beautiful singing, not just folk yelling. For lack of a better term, you know what I mean.
I do. This sounds funny. Oh, yeah. Folk.
Any minute now. Any minute now, we're going to get to boiling. Come on, boiling. And the worst of it is, after it boils, still got another hour and a half. Hour and a half post-boil. It takes a long time to make this beer. Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
You know what clouds wear under their clothes? Thunderwear. Ha! Don't give me that look.
Boil it
Oh,
over.
shit! Damn it.
Ha! Your turn.
No way! Oh, man.
It's all right. We have a mop.
Yes, I've used it many times. I think we went to PG-13 there.
Yeah.
I
You dropped the second S bomb, so.
I lost count of how many. think it was two S-bombs and three dammits. Ow, 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 ow.
This one isn't good.
Ouch. That got super hot super quick.
Oh, I bet.
Smell of burnt sugar in the morning, or in the afternoon in this case. That's all right.
Jeez, put that in there. Earlier. This is gonna be an interesting beer.
What happened? Did you miss?
Oh, I misread my notes. I should have put an ounce and a half of the Northern Brewer in there. I only put an ounce in.
Oh,
So I just add the other half, but it's gonna be a little different. But it should be fine. But be a little different, that's all. But not
so
not in a bad way.
Steve is vindicated today. I boiled over. However, I boiled over all over his garage. Back to podcast.
Yeah. Who's vindicated now?
Oh, but look, textbook.
Yeah, do you have a nice boil? Did you put your hops in yet?
No, I did not. I'm kind of glad I didn't do it because most of them would have ended up on the floor of your garage.
I know, right? It's all right, man. We'll clean it up later. For now, it's just obviously we'll get the beer done. You know.
Man, it's been a long time since that's happened to me.
True statement. I'm rather surprised actually.
You know what else? It's also been a long time since I've made Newcastle.
Yeah.
Freaking dry malt extract. Jeez. It'll be fine. All your beers that you've boiled over have turned out fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's the beer itself. It isn't really affected by it. It's the annoying cleanup. You know?
Yeah, and burnt smells.
Burnt smell. Yeah, when I was in the fridge over there, I could smell the burnt sugary smell. You know,
Yes.
that's a stiffy.
Ah, darn it.
And that was all on pot cam too.
Yeah, right up.
And this, folks, is what happens.
Let's make another short. We'll just edit that part right out and
Right.
post it
That
out.
was pretty funny, actually. I mean, not funny, but funny. You know, you handle it better than I do. I would have got pissed.
Yeah,
I think I get pissed because it's happened too many times for me. You know?
it is. I don't know why the beer gods hate you.
Maybe because I'm just too serious about it.
Well, that might be it, man. It's a software engineer in you. You're just like ones, zeros. Do this.
Semicolon
do
goes
do
right
this.
there.
All right. Well, my timer started. Hour and a half.
That's right. I'm down to 19 minutes remaining, so I'm getting close.
And it burned the tip of my finger.
You okay?
Oh yeah, I'm fine, but it's just one of those. Yeah, I
You're
can
gonna
feel
feel
that
it,
it's
yeah.
irritating. Ow, 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 ow.
Yeah.
Oops, that's a little too much.
And every time you take a shower until it heals, you're gonna feel the heat on it. You know.
Yep. A little overly excited. Yeah, it was still boiling after I turned the heat off completely.
Right.
So yeah, that got hot.
It got a little bit warm. Pretty soon here, I'm gonna prep my carboy with some water, cold water. After my other hops go in and my Irish moss. Yeah, I need to buy some Rural Flock next time we go to the brew supply.
Yeah. Are you going with World Flock or Irish Moss?
No, I'm gonna go back with Rural Flock because Rural Flock has Irish moss in it.
Right.
Plus other things are supposed to help clarify. So I think Rural Flock might be a little more effective, I'm thinking,
Okay.
rather than just the little bit of Irish moss that I was using. And again, it could just be a waste because I still get chill haze when I pour a beer out of the keg. You know, it's like, oh, But you know what? When it goes into the keg, it's crystal clear. That's what matters.
It's true. It
Yeah.
looks good when it goes into the keg. Chill haze is a different phenomenon altogether.
Right?
I don't understand it.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Unless I start filtering, which I don't have the resources and time to filter the beer. It's just like maybe it's not as hard as I think it is, but still.
Maybe it might be something to do with aging. Because you got to think we do 2 weeks, bam,
Right.
right? And so, there's still a lot of yeast and stuff that's actually suspended.
It's still suspended in there, yeah.
You can't see it because, in case you didn't know, yeast are microscopic, actually.
You don't say.
I do. When you only have like 2 or 3 million cells in your beer, that's pretty much not enough to cloud it up and let you see it.
I don't know, man. Ben and Trevor get their beer pretty clear. But they do all grain, so maybe it's because it's the effect of the all grain as well,
I don't know. No, because wort is just dehydrated. That's the only difference. The difference between extract and all grain is that with extract, you've got dehydrated wort.
Yeah.
Like the actual.
Dehydrated. It's dehydrated.
Not the
malt.
specialty grains, right? But the thing is that, and you don't have control over it, right? Breeze controls what's,
Right.
The
Whatever
concentration
temperature
level.
they malted at,
Other than that, it's malt and water.
Right.
Or in case dry malt extract, no water at all, just malt. That's all it is. Maybe we should become the first extract brewery.
Buy extract by the tubs or the gallons, I need 30 gallons of this type of XYZ, whatever type,
Exactly.
Well, I know when Wicked Teuton used to actually supply brew supplies, there was a wall of just like 5-gallon barrels on their side, and you just grab a jar, like a plastic jar, and open up the barrel, kind of like pumping in syrup. You just fill up your pint
And
or
if you
whatever.
brought your little tub back, you got a little tiny discount.
Yeah.
I was really upset when Terry he very obviously just stopped doing that.
Well, it's like with the corporations, you just probably wasn't making any money on that.
And I think he had more fun brewing beer than selling beer supplies.
Yeah. I mean, I imagine it when the store first opened. Yeah, it was like, let's be a brew supply store. With the hopes there would be a lot of home brewers in the area, but I guess there just wasn't enough, and so he made more money as a tap house than he did as a brew supply.
It's possible. I also think that he just liked brewing beer better.
Yeah.
But I just kind of wish that he'd have done what his wife has done. She made the announcement. It's like, we're not doing supplies anymore. We're
Right.
a tap house.
We're a tap house, and I'm glad that they got help with some of the other breweries to kind of clean up their process. I shouldn't say maybe clean up, but just fix their process to where the beer tastes way better now than it used to.
Yeah, it is good
'Cause
stuff.
last few times I've been there, it's like, that tastes good.
Oh yeah, I've got favorites that I go to down there.
I guess they don't treat the water the same way, or they don't treat the water anymore at all. I think that's what we were getting, was like they were trying to treat the water.
Yeah,
And
they were trying to create a water profile.
We were just getting the aftertaste. It was just like, it's not enjoyable, man.
Well, North Sound had it that one year. They didn't have it last year. Have we hit them yet?
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
them already.
And they didn't have it this year. That weird. It was like this weird aftertaste. It's like, well, it's like no matter what beer we're drinking, it's this weird aftertaste.
Yeah.
15 minutes, 10 minutes. What's the difference?
Well, 5.
Okay, 5. Very good. 5. You are correct, sir.
Want to eat one of these?
No. Why do you? I'm an experienced brewer at this point. We've been doing this for 2 years. Our first video was 2 years ago.
Yeah, we brewed long before we even started broadcasting it.
Right, merely supporting my point more. I know all these dirty little tricks. Why you gotta be evil to me, man? I thought we were friends.
It is, man. It's like a right. You know?
I did it. Okay, it was not a pleasant experience.
Oh, don't worry. I don't know when my dad's gonna come in town again, but when he does come in town, guess who's getting a hot pellet? He doesn't watch this, so he doesn't know it's coming.
Your dad's not a real YouTube streamer watcher.
No.
Apparently, neither is Nathan anymore.
Not that I know
Nathan.
of. Not that I
Nathan.
know of. I don't know. Maybe he is, but I don't think he watches a couple of knuckleheads brewing beer. So I don't know. My dad and I don't. Oh, we talk, but we don't have a very close relationship. So
You've mentioned that.
I really don't know what his like fun stuff is, like his hobby stuff. You know?
He likes classical music.
I know he likes classical music for sure, absolutely. Classical music and operas and stuff.
And he's one of those.
He's up there in age. I mean, I don't want to call him old, but I mean he's, you know, I'm 47. He's 30 years older than me, so he's 77 this year.
That's old.
You know?
You get to claim old at that point.
Well, yeah, but he doesn't have an old man attitude though. He's not like a get off my lawn kind of guy. You know.
Yeah.
He's not that way.
I met your dad once.
Yeah,
He came out. I liked him. He's nice.
Yeah, no, my dad's a nice guy. I mean,
I actually had a garden when he came out, and
oh yeah.
remember I gave him tomatoes.
Oh no, I don't remember that, but okay.
I do.
That's
He was
cool.
saying, "Oh, these look really good." I was like, "Well, thank you."
Yeah, because he was staying in a hotel, and I think he probably ate them with his lunch kind of thing, you know. Anyway, yeah, I don't know if he's gonna come when he's gonna get to travel again. I mean, he's still capable. He's not like using a walker in him.
Right, he's not crippled up
He's still
or
get around.
health problems keeping him in one place type deal.
Kind of. He did have a triple bypass surgery a couple years ago.
Well, I meant like right now.
Oh yeah, no, he can, but he's still probably cautious about what he does and where he goes.
Well, sure.
Because you know,
Probably not gonna climb Mount Everest.
Open heart surgery, you know. Makes me wonder if I need to have a concern. Really, you won't stabilize. You're either too much or too little.
It's because the garage door's open.
I know, right?
Maybe you do need a new pot. Go down and get one of these. You know, technically it's a crab boiling pot. Or
Oh, yeah.
That's the section we got it in when we went and got it. It was the crabbing section.
Did you get that at our supply guys or?
No, I got it with you. We both the same place you got the burner. Went down to Ace.
Oh, that was from Ace. Okay. I thought you got that at the brew supply.
Mm-mm.
They sell pots at the brew supply
I'm
too.
pretty sure you were with me when I bought this.
Probably. I remember going to Ace and getting this. This is like $80 for that burner.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You know what? I'm gonna get the funnel out and start putting water in there.
Okay. Yeah, it's about time, man. Now putt cam becomes carboy cam. Look, it's a carboy, which is a fancy word. I think it's Latin in origin. It means big glass bottle.
Just adding 2 gallons of
Chilled water.
pre-chilled water. It's just tap water. I'm not on the water bandwagon like some brewers are. And what I mean by that is there's some brewers that are, just take their water very serious and they try to add things to their, their brew to match water profiles with like calcium and salinity and things like that. Me, tap water is fine.
Well, yeah, well, they'll try and,
Some brewers are just so serious about it, like they only use distilled water. Sometimes it's twice distilled. sometimes they use deionized water. Yeah.
that's a little excessive.
Yeah.
I can understand. It's like, look, I want to make something that tastes just like Weihenstephaner Weiss beer, right? It's like, okay, so you need to use water that's like the water they use in the Weihenstephaner brewery.
Right.
And so they do that whole water profile thing. I can kind of get that, if you're really going for an exact flavor.
Right. Yeah, I mean, sure.
But double distilled and deionized, that seems a little ridiculous. I mean, I actually don't think it would improve the beer. I mean, me and Steve,
I really don't know, man.
to any viewer who's made it this far, you crazy psychos, you. Me and Steve used to do purified water.
Yeah.
And then we read up on just people doing tap water, and now that's all we do. Now, we don't use my water, because out of my place, it's well water, and it's really hard. There's a sulfur taste smell to it. It's safe to drink, but it has a definite flavor, and it will impact the beer. So you were all staring at 2 pots boiling. Now you're staring at a glass bottle. Although it's kind of got like an artistic thing going on there, with the whole sunshine and shadows. Looks cool. Looks very cool. Very artistic video shot there.
Oh.
Nothing's happening, but
It's just a big jug of water.
it is. Got the window.
All right, I have 5.5 minutes remaining on my boil.
5.5 minutes.
Yeah, that's it, man.
I've got an hour and 15 minutes.
So what's good is my carboy's prepped with chill water. We'll just have to chill the wort, and then we'll be Dunskies.
You'll be done.
I'll be Dunskies, and I can sit back and laugh at you while you struggle to get your beer made. I mean, assist you where I can.
I really hope your hops tip over.
Oh, they probably will. It usually happens. And why it's even going to be more funny is I don't have the lid on it this time.
Yeah, so it's just gonna be like all that work, and it's just gonna sludge out anyway.
Sludge out everywhere. Oh, look. Mein Data Sevilla. Nice lady. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Ripping.
Ripping like a fart.
Yeah, that's you.
No, that's you.
I'm good.
Thank you for bringing this to us.
Yep.
All right, now we can
Have
drink
it.
more without fear. We can drink more beer without fear.
You don't have a hair on your ass.
Hell yeah, get him.
I have them.
Hey, the microphone's still on, people.
It's fine.
I said ass. We've already gone well beyond that. You said ass earlier when we were still G. You were like, I'm just being an ass.
Oh, I went on a little micro blue streak
Oh, I
when
know.
it boiled over.
Oh, yeah. So we became PG-13 at that point. Yeah. It's fine. Someone going to get hurt real bad.
We're never gonna get it endorsed by anyone.
Okay.
There's a magic trick.
A
You're on
magic.
camera.
You're
Cool.
gonna be on camera.
You're on camera.
What's this magic trick?
The whole world's going to see what you're doing. So just so you know.
So the police, there's a video record. The police will know. This looks like attempting to hang your father. What's wrong with you? Now you have both your daughters.
You're on the camera.
I'm not seeing.
Trust me,
I'm friend.
the camera sees.
It doesn't see, it hears.
No, the microphone hears. The camera sees.
Screams.
As long as I can drink beer, it's fine.
What is wrong with your children? As much as I love them, I have to recognize there's a problem here.
I have issues.
Yes,
We both
yes.
have issues.
You know what? I can't deny this.
Sure, there's still different issues.
Oh man, now all the coax is falling on the ground. Hang the coax back up. Hang it. You know, what
Now
have
the
you done?
boil is too aggressive
What have
again.
you done? How many minutes you got left?
Like 2.5.
Now is not the time to be distracted.
Yeah, seriously, I've got to pay attention here, guys.
Pay
Because-
attention.
I am.
You're good at multitasking. No, sir.
When I told you,
There's something.
We didn't say anything.
I'm looking this way.
Jamie?
Yes?
If you want to put cheese on pizza? Question mark.
Yeah, that'd
Extra
be,
cheese.
that would be, oh, I do not have,
Nothing is happening.
now is not the right time to be. There we go.
All right, back to pot cam.
Back to pot cam. There we
Yay.
go. Which pot is it showing at?
I literally have 2 minutes left on my boil.
Okay, let me go talk.
I'm about to be getting up and moving away, so you are not going to be entertained if you're made it this far yet.
Oh yeah, like they've been entertained at all.
Owie. Ooh, excuse me.
All right, how much time you got left?
1 minuto and 15 secondos, or
All
whatever.
right,
the word
where
would
we
be.
at? Okay, let's be honest. We don't have a lot of viewers.
We don't have any viewers right now, do we?
We're viewing ourselves,
I mean, are we watching ourselves?
which is kind of narcissistic.
Yeah.
I think it's time to go. You think it's time to
I
go?
think it's time to go because
It's time to go.
it's time to focus on.
Yep.
The
It's
last
time to
part.
actually focus on making beer. When we get our Brudio, in the year 2059, then the whole process will be on camera. We'll just keep the cameras rolling. It'll be great. We'll make 1 hour and 59 minutes worth of shorts. You can watch them all. We'll put a soundtrack to it. It'll be great. Anyways, hey, if you're a replay viewer, thanks for making it this far. You're crazy, but thank you.
All right, wow.
Yeah, there's a long ways in.
I wouldn't watch this long of us.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't watch this one yet. Yeah, don't watch the replay on this. Skip to the end, find out where we say don't watch the replay. We're good. Anyways, relax.
Don't worry.
Let's try. Okay, that was not smooth.
I was in the middle of a drink again.
I know my timing is amazing. Relax.
Don't worry.
Have a home brew.
Ding. Oh, look at that. Perfect.
Yes.